Hello, in this video I will explain the batch rename module of xToolbox. When you open the batch rename module, you will see your drives on the left side. If you click on them, it works just the same as the Windows Explorer. Please note that xToolbox will only show you folders and no files. As you can see, the folders are shown with their current name, the new name if you rename them, I'll explain this later, the date modified. You also see some extra columns here. These will only be filled with information if you open a folder in which scenery packages are stored. So if I open the airports folder, you will see that xToolbox extracts this information from the scenery packages, the app.dat file and the DSF files. xToolbox reads the app.dat file and it will show the first airport it finds in this file with its code and the name. The country is extracted from the internal database of xToolbox. If you open a folder with photo scenery, it will show the tile unless there are multiple tiles, in which case it will show multi, and also the country, which again is extracted from the internal database of xToolbox. You can filter this overview by using wildcards. For instance, capital E will show this overview. With the question mark you can see what kinds of wildcards you can use. The rename module is about renaming, not surprisingly. I will start with the simple examples. For instance, replacing text. I want to replace the E with the F and I select a couple of airports and you can see that the E at the beginning is replaced by the F and also here in the middle of the text. I can clear the input and now it's gone. You also note that it's only effective for those airports or folders that I selected. If I want to prefix all the folders, for instance with this, you can see it also works. Postfix works at the end. As you can see, it's on the end. I can also insert a character, for instance an underscore, but I want it at position 4. Here at the bottom you can change the case. So all uppercase, all lowercase, only the first uppercase, but as you can see it does not really work with the airport code. All the words uppercase, but again the airport code is not really the way you want it. So I've added this one. It tries to find the airport code and keep that in capital letters. So what about the rebuild folder name box? With this box you can rebuild the name using the information of the explain files. For instance, I want to start with the airport code. I add a space, I add the airport name, I add a space and I end with the name. So now you can see that the original name doesn't really matter. I can rebuild the name using the information found in the explain files. Please note that you can also enter any text you want in this position. For instance, airports, a space, and again the airport code. It's just what you want, but you're not limited to selecting one of these options. You can type in your own text. Here's another example with a photo scenery. I've also added the default prefix for ortho scenery. You just add the tile and as you can see the new name is visible. For all these examples, don't forget to click on the Execute Rename button to actually rename the folder. Finally, if you just want to quickly rename one folder, you can just double click, enter a new name, and it will be changed. xToolbox will always filter out any illegal characters which are not allowed in the file system of Windows. The same is true if you try to create multiple folders with the same name. For instance, if I select these folders and I would only try to name them with the country name, xToolbox will number the duplicate names that will be created if you would click on the Execute Rename button. This should cover the rename module of xToolbox. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.